Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here again. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining. All right, before I do the introduction of our guest today, I would like to once again remind you that the Morale Booster is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching. Right. That's what we're all about. And you've been following us for a while. This program is currently being sponsored by Main Seed Consulting Group LLC. For bookings, adverts, or sponsorship inquiries, please visit mainseedconsulting.com. We would have our contact information displayed on the screen from the beginning to the end. If you can hear me out there, I want you to please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. I want to be sure that I am not speaking to myself. But anyway, I'm used to talking to myself anyway. So thank you so much. And before I introduce our guests, I want you to please like and share this broadcast, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Like and share this broadcast. Like and share this broadcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today is a very great woman, a woman who has a lot of experience. Her name is Sherri Leopold. Now, Sherri is the leader of the Stop Self-Bullying movement. She's a mentor, author, speaker, CEO of Dream Big with Sherri Leopold. Sherri has authored 9 books. Wow. 9 books, including 7 international best-selling books. She loves working and collaborating with others. She has worked in the network marketing, the direct selling industry for 24 years. That's over 2 decades. Awesome. Sharing her expertise in speaking, mentoring, and team building. She earned 25 incentive trips in those 24 years. She's 200K leader with Le-Vel and has developed a thriving community of leaders. Sherri also hosts the television show Outside the Box with Sherri Leopold on Legrity Media TV and Mindset Makeover on everydaywoman.tv.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring on stage this great woman, Sherri. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor, John, to be here. I appreciate everything that you do. So thank you so much.
You are very, very welcome, Sherri. Now, please forgive me if I didn't pronounce your last name.
You were perfect. You did great.
Okay. Can you just pronounce it so I can?
Yep, it's just Leopold.
Leopold, right. Yep. So where is that name originally from?
That last actually, that's my married name, and it's German.
Okay.
So,
German. Yes.
Yeah. Most people think of Leopold and Loeb, but I think they were criminals. So I prefer to think of Kate and Leopold.
Okay. Anyway, so thank you so much. And you are on Facebook, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before we do that, I want to share this on your page so that your followers would see what's going on right now, and so they can join and watch. Okay.
Absolutely.
Just give me a second. I'm doing that. So those of you who are currently watching, Via Facebook, YouTube, please do the same thing. Like and share this broadcast. We're going to have a very wonderful conversation, and we don't want anybody to miss out on this, okay? Like and share this broadcast, please. And yes, your people will be seeing it right now. So that's a great one. Awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Sherri, you have, in fact, you are multi-talented. You've got so many skills. You are a coach, a mentor, and you are an author. Let's start with your books. Can you please tell us what inspired you to write your first book?
It's interesting, sort of a really difficult time in my life actually encouraged the first one. It was a collaboration, and I wasn't going to write it, and then something happened. It was kind of a godsmack. He was like, no, you're going to. And I went ahead and did it. And that was really, I think that was sort of the start of understanding that I had a story to tell
Okay.
and that it was important, and that story could impact somebody else. It was actually in a book called From Grief to Grind. And it was, uh, my story was called, Is There a Rainbow After Your Storm? Because through that very difficult time in my life, so many things became so beautiful. And it's like, you don't want to wish some hardship on somebody, but it really did illustrate that, it is through difficulties a lot of times that we grow the most.
Right.
And it was necessary. And looking back, I wouldn't change really a thing about it. Because I love the life that I have today. And a big part of it is from going through that difficult time.
Wow, wow, wow. That's awesome. And there's so many people out there today who don't know that they have a story, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I've had the opportunity of meeting a lot of people. I was like that too. I never knew I had a story. And there are so many people who have a story, but they just don't know how to, put it together. Can you please share with us how, what those people should do?
Yeah, I think the first thing is, and one of the things that I teach in the Stop Self-Bullying movement is really to fall in love with you. And I think when you fall in love with yourself, like you love yourself most, other people can fall in love with you. But I think that it also gives you the confidence to actually share your story in a way that others can receive it and be inspired by it. But I think you also begin to understand that your story does matter. But I want to say, John, I believe that people, when it's your story, you think it's just not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a natural thing. People go, well, it was me, but it's because it happened to you that it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But I always let people know somebody somewhere out there is just waiting for you to tell your story because they're waiting for your impact. They need your story to get through whatever it is they're going through. They need to be able to see that there's light and there's growth and there's improvement coming. And that's what your story is. Your story is their pathway to get through. And when you withhold it, that's what you're doing is you're keeping somebody else from knowing they can get through.
I love that. I love that. That's the only purpose that I have right now, to help people understand that every part of their life process matters. Your
Absolutely.
life story would certainly help someone else find their purpose. And you just hit the nail on the head, right? Because
Yes.
a lot of times you just feel that casual thing that happened to you is just something that just happened and something insignificant. And you rightly said it might look insignificant to you, but there's somebody out there who that thing will transform. So, for those of you listening via podcast and those of you watching via Facebook and YouTube, we want you to do us a favor. We're not asking you to give us money. What we're asking you to do right now is to please like and share this broadcast. Share this broadcast because there is somebody out there who will certainly benefit from this. And you just need to do that person that favor. There's somebody out there on your contact list who has made a decision, a conscious decision, to go and take his or her life in the next few minutes. This message might be that message that person needs to stop that thought. Please like and share. Thank you so much. Now, you have 9 books. Wow. So, how, they say after the first book, it becomes easier as it goes, right?
Yes.
I've written only 1 book, but how true is that?
It's actually very true. And I'll share like something with you. So after that first one, and my life was evolving, that's actually when I wrote my first self-authored book. It was just me alone, which was Self-Bullying: What to Do When the Bully Is You. And that book in and of itself is the only one that I've written by myself. And when I wrote that, I think when I did that, it was kind of like, well, if I can do that, I can do whatever I want. It was a very much a feeling of self-empowerment, like a checked box, right? But I find, and this is true, if somebody feels like they have a story to share, which I already know they do, I really encourage to join a collaborative book effort. And here's why. When you are starting in this journey of writing, sometimes you feel like you don't know if you can write that many words, and it
Right.
feels a little overwhelming. I think collaborative book writing is such a great stepping stone. The chapter itself isn't as daunting because it's usually 1,000 or 2,000, 2,500 words. It's much smaller, and it's a slice of your story. It's not the whole overwhelming thing. It's usually very specific, like the one that was just an international bestseller this week, Wellness for Winners. That has 30 authors in it, and that was just an incredible collaboration. And here's the other thing about collaboration: you will be connected to so many individuals who have incredible stories, but they will become your friends. They will become people who will share what you do. They will share your message. And it's just such a good heart space to start in. And it's such a safe place because it's such a camaraderie and a community. If you get into the right one, because there's a lot of them, I just say,
Right.
do your research. People can reach out. I have, some suggestions on that as well, but I have found what works for me. And there are a lot of things to look for when you want to do that. The one thing that doesn't matter what one you're in is that your story is important and it needs to be told and it needs to be heard.
Right. Thank you so much. Powerful, powerful. I'm working on my second book now, so I can take this as a free coaching for me. Thank you so much.
My next one is fabulous after 50, so I'm really excited about that.
Wow. We're looking forward to the launch of that. So now, do you have a copy of your most recent published book with you?
I don't, because it just released Tuesday and it hasn't arrived yet.
Wow.
So I actually don't have it.
I need to.
I have the digital copy, but
Okay, I need to catch up with you because, man, you just released another one, and you're working. You're already thinking of the other one that you would write. I love that. So I have just
yeah,
learned.
I actually probably will have either 3 or 4 more coming out. I think
Wow.
this year yet. So
Wow.
exciting.
That's awesome. So tell us about your coaching and mentoring program. What exactly
Sure.
do you do in that area? How do you go about it?
Well, I actually have only a few mentoring clients that I take on. And part of that is because that takes a lot of my personal time. And I'm
Right.
very connected to the clients that I work with. So I'm really full on that side. I'm actually just in the process of putting some finishing touches on a membership program where I'm going to be doing a lot more sort of group coaching because I'm also a licensed brain trainer. So I'm very passionate about the health of your brain and how it
Right.
affects your entire life. So I want to do some coaching and teaching around that because there are a lot of factors that really affect not just like how long you live, how you
Right.
think, how you show up in the world, how you feel about yourself. And a lot of it emanates from the health of your brain. And
Right.
so I really want to make sure that I get that information out to people.
Oh, okay, great. So do you work with only women or both?
No, well, I group mentor, I suppose you would say, in my network marketing business with Le-Vel. So I do have a lot of men on that. My personal mentoring clients, I only have one man that I work with right now, but I do both. I think my heart space is probably women, but I just want people to win. I operate in the space of what I call the trifecta, which is I win, you win. And because we win together, everyone around us wins because of what we're creating together. So that's it doesn't matter to me so much whether it's men or women.
Right. Great, great, great. So now when we talk about self-bullying movement, self-bullying, can you please just throw more light on that so that
Sure.
we can
So this actually, and you mentioned suicide, and this actually whole thing came about from being in the car and hearing on the radio that Anthony Bourdain had committed, or Kate Spade had committed suicide right after Anthony Bourdain. They were 3 days apart or something, and I was in the car. I was like, this has got to stop. I turned the radio down, and I was like, I said, "Oh my God." I said I called him to the passenger seat, apparently. But I was like, I just thought I have to do something. And I felt a really urgent need to really, I didn't know what to act, but I didn't know what to do. I had just turned in my chapter, my final chapter for From Grief to Grind. And I thought I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I share vitamins for a living. I'm like, I have no idea, like, how can I make a difference? And it I thought, what was the common denominator with these people? They had more money they ever spent in a lifetime. They had their dream jobs. They both had family and friends who loved them. They were funny. I didn't understand. I'm like, what was it that was missing, but was a common denominator with my friend the night before that sat on the floor looking dejected and made $10 an hour. And I thought, I don't want to get that call about her. And I'm like, they're way far apart. But I thought, what is stopping her if it didn't stop them? And they had seemingly what was everything. And I was like, it was what they say to themselves. That was the number one thing because they couldn't stop what I call Ivy, inner voice.
right.
That was really what it was. It was they couldn't turn it off and it overrode everything. And that was, I was like, what would this be called? And I was like, this is self-bullying. This is what it is. It just dropped in like my spirit, self-bullying. And I was like, this is what it is. If what you were saying up here to yourself, you were saying to the person in front of you, you'd be a bully.
Wow. Yes.
And I
Yes.
was like,
I
it would be
concord.
unacceptable, but we do it to ourselves all the time. I'm
Right.
fat, I'm this, I'm stupid, or, things like that. I'm like, people do it just all the time, like over and over and over. And when you say things to yourself like that, you will manifest into your life things that affirm those things.
Right.
And it's like you call it to you. That's what I say. I always say, hashtag make good choices all the time, because whatever you're saying up here is going to come out here. And now, like, I'm passionate about helping people manage this, because you can never like ever completely eradicate it,
Right.
but you can keep it under control. And when you don't, and you're a parent, you now are creating the next generation of self bulliers, Because when you're around your children, if you're saying, oh, I look so fat, look at this, or oh, my
Right.
wrinkles, or this gray hair, or whatever, when you get really into like self-degrading things and you're doing it in front of children, they will think whatever you're talking about is something that is bad. It just layers in their subconscious that it's bad. So if it comes up to them, instead of saying, oh, look, I have a gray hair, they'll go, oh, it's bad, I better pull it out.
Right.
Like,
Right.
just teaching them how to think poorly about themselves. Hashtag make good choices. You're an unrepeatable miracle. That is the last line of my book. There's nobody else like you on this planet. Nobody can think like you do. They don't have the experiences you do. Just like this show, John, nobody can do this show like you, because
Right.
you are you, and you
Right.
are the only person with your DNA on this planet. 8 billion people. And that's because you're an unrepeatable miracle, exactly as you are.
True. 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 I concur. And what you just said to me really resonates with me, because really and truly, we say things unconsciously and just feel those things are normal.
Yes.
And just
And unfortunately, a lot of it's layered in with humor.
right.
And we laugh, and we want people to laugh with us, because then we feel like they aren't laughing at us. And
Right.
actually, that's really just a defense mechanism to, kind of say, yeah, I know I'm a few pounds overweight. My thing is, I don't really care if you're 100 pounds overweight, or, your nose is crooked, or you have freckles, or whatever. What you are is absolutely amazing just the way you are. And that's what I say. I help people upgrade their self-love language. Like,
Right.
how you speak to yourself should be better than how you speak to your children, or your best friend, or, the person that you love. Because I'm known for saying people can't outlove you. They
Yes.
can't outlove you. If you don't
Never.
love you, you will either attract people who treat you poorly, or they will love you not as much as they could, because they can't outlove you.
Wow. Powerful. 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 I told all of you today that, look, you're going to learn something, but right now we've learned so many things. So please remember to like and share this broadcast. Now, on what social media platforms are you active?
You can find me pretty much with Sherri Leopold across the board. I do have an entrepreneur page. I do have a private group for my WOW Warrior tribe. That WOW stands for War on Words Warrior.
Wow.
So, because we are in the fight together to, build one another up and support one another when we have those moments where we want to self-bully. We really have to stick together and have our support network say, hey, you know what, today might be a rough day, but I got you. And that's actually what that community is for. And you can find, I have all kinds of stuff out on my social media about where to find that, but you can find pretty much everything about me on sherrileopold.com as well.
Oh, okay. SherriLeopold.com. Okay, great. So, and I want you to please just share some words of encouragement to that person who is currently self-bullying, right?
Yep.
Just 1 minute. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really just want you to know that you are loved, not just by other people, but that you're worthy of your own love. And that if you have the spot where you feel like I'm not good enough, I want you to think about doing gratitudes, all the things that you're grateful for, every single little thing that you might not think is anything. Your kindness, your heart, your compassion, how you treat other people. Just really focus on all the beautiful things that make you uniquely you, all your talents and all those things. You are an unrepeatable miracle. There isn't a single person on this planet that is exactly like you. And that is a miracle. And that miracle is you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was powerful, Sherri. Now, is the website on the screen correct?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Awesome. For those of you who are listening via podcast, you can visit her website. It's sherrileopold.com. SherriLeopold. Sherri Leopold. All right.com. All right. So go there. Where can we find your books to buy?
You can actually find some links on the sherrileopold.com. You can actually go to my Amazon author page too. All of them are listed on that as well. You can get all of them on Amazon. It's just, I hope that my legacy here will be to inspire people to love themselves. And you will see the thread of that in every book I've ever created. It should be, there is a seed of hope and inspiration, and I hope that people will find that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. You know, what you're doing now is already the best form of legacy, right? They say we all have to live a life that outlives us.
Yes.
So, what are examples of good legacies? Your books, music you have released, movies you have acted. You know, these are all legacies.
Yes. And the one thing I would like to say, about that, John, is remember that your legacy lives on in other people.
Right.
So the reason that we love ourselves is so that we can love other people
Others.
big. And when we love other people big, we impact them and they are better for it. That is the ripple of blessings. That is your love spreading out into others that is going to continue on long after you're gone. So love
Absolutely.
yourself big so that you can love others, so that you can leave your legacy in the ripple of blessings that will bless other people.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's our ultimate assignment here on earth, right?
Yeah.
To serve, to lead, to influence people, and to leave an impact. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful one from our guest for today, Sherri. And we really do appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join this program. And we appreciate you for your support as well. The essence of our program is to showcase your brand and also to use your story to inspire and motivate someone out there. And you have done just that. We really do appreciate you. And we hope when next we invite you, you will join the program.
I love it. Thank you so much. It's been a complete honor and pleasure to be here, John. I appreciate everything you're doing.
You're welcome. So hang on, Sherri. We'll talk off camera. So everybody, thank you so much. Like and share this broadcast. It's been a wonderful day. It's a great day broadcasting all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. And I hope to see you during the next episode. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. So bye, everybody.
Thank you.